about to show you the cheapest dumbbell you can buy. Hey guys, what's up? Here with you again in my little backyard area, and I bought something new. So recently I got the slam ball, and I've worked with that quite a bit, only gotten 2 videos with it, but I've been using it for a lot of workouts. I've got the rocks, all that stuff, tiny little dumbbells. I've gone over everything I have, and then you know by the resistance bands. But I went and bought something that I've actually done workouts with before. Everyone knows, as soon as I show it to you, you'll be like, oh yeah, duh. But I've done workouts with it before in the past, and I just thought I just kind of had this light bulb moment where I realized that I can go get some and those can kind of replace my dumbbells for a while. So what I am referring to is this. 45 pounds for 14 bucks. That's not a bad deal. So it weighs the same as the slam ball, but I wanted something with a handle. And not the resistance band handles that I have kind of made into used stuff for the slam ball. So I wanted something with a handle that would kind of mimic either a dumbbell. You can do some of the same stuff that you could do with a kettlebell. It looks more like a kettlebell, but because it's so big, it doesn't really work like a kettlebell. But we're gonna do some stuff that you would do with a kettlebell. So I'm not really sure totally what I want to do yet. I'm just gonna kind of play around with it. It's been a few years since I've done some workouts with it. So I think today's going to be more of an upper body focus, and maybe I'll make another video tomorrow focusing more on lower body stuff that we can do. So we'll see what happens. So I am going to chalk up for this stuff because the handle, one definite drawback is that the handle of the water jug is not designed for weightlifting. It's designed to move it around more easily. So I'm gonna chalk up. Hopefully it helps. I'm sure as I get sweaty, this thing's gonna get nice and hard to hold. So maybe I'll just keep this one instead of returning it once I use it, because we bought 2. We have one on the water pump now, and so I have this second one. Maybe I'll just keep it and wrap some tape around the handle, but we'll see about that. So what I think I'm gonna start with are some rows, that won't be that hard on the grip, and then I'm gonna do an upright press. Or a bottoms up press. Now, I don't know if anyone's familiar, or if anyone watching this is familiar with the bottoms up press with a kettlebell, but essentially you're holding the horn of the kettlebell, and the kettlebell is standing up straight. It requires a lot of grip and a lot of shoulder stabilization. I actually really like it for just not really rehabbing, but prehabbing my shoulders. The harder you have to grip, the more facilitation of every muscle group through the arm you get, and so you have to stabilize the shoulder more, because it'll wobble around and it'll fall over. So to get the rep, you really have to squeeze it, and the shoulder gets much more stability work than it would out of just a regular press. So if you are having shoulder problems, I would suggest taking a really light kettlebell and just start doing some high rep bottoms up presses, among other things. That's not a physical therapist talking, that's a meathead personal trainer, but it really does help. And I've dislocated both my shoulders, so I know a little bit about shoulder pain. So what I'm gonna do, like I said, is a row and an upright press, or a bottoms up press. And we're gonna see how this works. Take my headphones out. Clean it into position. Gonna grip. There we go. That water shakes around in there. man. That's hard. It's like a little bit of room where there's a water bubble and the water shakes around. Really makes it tough. All right, let's see how the left goes. Grip, squeeze. Two more, come on. No! All right, we're gonna have to chalk up on the left some more. Whew. All right, so that's one set. Bottoms up presses are gonna be tough, but I wanna get them. They're kind of fun. They're really hard because that thing is shaking around a lot. It takes a lot of stabilization work. I don't know if I'm particularly strong at those. I would like someone else to try it and see if they're better at it than me. But so I'm gonna do 4 or 5 sets. Yeah, we'll move on. These are those types of things that tend to get stronger as I go on, especially because I'm warming up right now. My nervous system is getting more jacked up, and my stabilizers are firing up and stuff like that, or are fired up. So I always find that after a few sets of these, I'm much stronger than on the first set. 45 pounds for a row, that's really not much. It's a little bit harder than a dumbbell, I'll give it that, but you still really got to focus on that. Try and make the lat do the movement. So for back moves, I always tell people, kind of gross, I tell them to imagine a fish hook through their elbow. And so that way, and so almost as someone is tugging on it, and you drive with your elbow. Don't curl with the weight or shrug it up, drive with the elbow. Yeah. Okay, 2 more sets. I'm gonna see if I can get 10 reps for the next 2 sets. Got fucking stuff in my flip-flop. Gotta stop lifting the flip-flops. My unsponsored drink of choice today is Adrenaline Shock. It claims to be smart energy. I don't really know what that means, but it's pretty tasty. I got the acai berry flavor. I suggest it. Like all the other new drinks, it claims it has BCAAs, but it doesn't really say how much, so probably not a lot. Potassium, blah, 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 blah. It's tasty, whatever, fuck it, it's got caffeine in it. I am a beacon of health. Okay, I'm gonna rest a minute or two to see. I want to see how many reps I can get for the last set. All right, see how many reps we can get here. Come on. Let's try the left. Whew. Come on. Yep. Sometimes you gotta fucking yell at it to stay in place. That worked that time. All right, so that's all I'm gonna do those. I might do another set of rows. But so what I'm gonna do next is curls as well as I can. It's kind of hard to do curls with, we'll see. And kickbacks. Those are two of the things for the upper body I figure out are decent. Because a lot of the holds that you might do, like an overhead press without that, the bottoms up part, is pretty painful. All that weight's sitting like right here. It sucks. And it's sharper than a kettlebell, so it's even more uncomfortable. So if you can't do the bottoms up, you might not be able to do presses with this. But I'm gonna show you how to do curls, kickbacks. So it's very hard for me to do a strict curl with that thing. So I kind of turn it into a hammer curl and I'm kind of swinging it a little bit. It's just a weird object to do strict, but still good bicep work. So I'm gonna do 3 sets of that stuff. Overall, it's pretty tough. Every time the water shifts around, the weight shifts around too. So it just makes the rep harder. But I'm gonna say this a lot. It's good though. It's good. So, I'm probably just gonna speed through the next stuff too. It's curls and kickbacks. You don't need commentary. Maybe I'll do.